is it possible for us to ask students to produce the pro and con of any debate, both sides of the debate? That would be like a foundation.
Oh my God, that would be such a great book. I tell you, social scientists should be talking about that book. I tell you that if that book was put in at schools, you wouldn't have someone asking about 13 problems to touch it with, because the book would cover so many aspects of American current life and society. Oh man.
Something that I really respect about the New Zealand curriculum is that they made it very simple. It was like 5 points, and I can't replicate them right now, but the idea is, and it's very similar to what Littke does. He says there are just 5 things. How do I interact with this subject? What's the existing understanding about this subject? They have 5 key points, and instead of having something like a common core of standards where you're listing all of the content, there would be this trust that the teacher would make sure that whatever was studied, they're going to go through these 5 basic questions. Like, how do I analyze this issue? How do I present both sides of the argument? What do other people say about this? How do I research? Where do I go to get more information? Those are clearly questions that are not being asked by that student who didn't.
And there's also a lack of analysis on very interesting opinions that are out there. Did you read this guy who wrote yesterday, Paul Pyrie, who wrote The American Revolution Was a Flop?
The American Revolution was a flop? Oh, I want to hear about this.
Have you not read the article?
The American Revolution was a flop. I hadn't heard. And who wrote this?
Yeah, Paul Pyrie. I think it was meant to open the 4th of July, because it was written on the 3rd grade. And the guy says the easiest way of assessing whether the United States would have been better off without its revolution is to look at those English-speaking countries that rejected the American Revolution and retained the monarchy, particularly Canada, which experienced an influx of American refugees after